And welcome to episode 115 of the Time Excellence Show. I'm Douglas Calvin, and we are about mastering time to make more of a difference today. We have a great lineup today, and I'm excited that you're here. We're going to be looking at time from a very broad perspective. We're going to be looking at 3 sessions that look at time from different perspectives. And what it's going to hopefully motivate us toward is that time is the leadership edge. All of us are leaders in some way. We're leaders at home, we're leaders at work, we're leaders in our church, we're leaders in our community. And in that leading, we need to have a good decision process, and also we need to be effective with others. We need to be able to lead with effectiveness. And time is the edge that we're looking for. We're going to be looking at, in session 1, why time is at the center of improvement. Then we're going to go into session 2, which explains how time drives organizational, career, and personal growth. And finally, time is critical to all of us. We're going to be looking at that it's at the center, and we need to understand it. And if we do, we become more effective. Okay, time tips. Why time is at the center of improvement. You see, time is something that we all understand. We all carry watches, or we have our cell phone or our iPads, etc., that tells us what time it is. Time rules our lives, but we want to look a little broader than that. Not just the clock time, but we want to look at how it ties to improvement. Now, the improvement, I'll call it movement, has been around for quite a while. 40, 50 years, we have, as people, been trying to improve. And some of the concepts go back way, generation upon generation. But specifically recently, a lot of businesses and some individuals have used improvement methodologies, and one of them I'm going to refer to as lean flow. Lean flow, a concept that came back post-World War II. Toyota had a lot to do with it. You may have heard of them and using their improvement processes. Henry Ford had a lot of concepts that went into this. But lean flow, we're not talking about losing weight lean. We're not talking about fat versus lean. We're talking about lean flow. We're talking about improvement. And you know, lean got its name back in the day from a researcher, John Krafcik. And he named it lean because it uses less of everything compared with mass production. Now, that's in The Machine That Changed the World. It's a book that started a lot of the understanding of this concept. And today we're going to start there, but don't get too worried. It's more of a factory business view, but we are going to start with a factory example and then expand it to everyone. Because here's the reality. Time principles and concepts are constant throughout. So whether I'm at work, at the home, or if I'm in the office, I'm at my home, or if I'm at my church, it all uses the same principles, and those opportunities really present themselves if we understand that. But let's look at why time is so important. Well, in the same book, The Machine That Changed the World, it was laid out that lean flow helps us to use half the human effort in the factory. So if it takes me 10 people 8 hours a day to make something, then I can use about half that. Well, half may be an exaggeration. It's kind of like a generalization. It says a lot less. So human effort is very simply time. It's the number of hours. And if you're in a factory, you can think about overtime versus regular time. Overtime gets very expensive. And so in this human effort reduction, that is specifically a reduction in time. The second piece that they stated in the book was it uses half the manufacturing space. So if we used a manufacturing space of size A, then we can be half of that and still get the same job done. Well, look at the opportunity there. Everything is closer. There's not as much of everything in there. The time to move things around, the time to go from station to station is less. The amount of inventory and goods and equipment you've got is less. So this is another expression. If I reduce the size and distances in a factory, it affects my time. The reverse view of that would be, if I look to save time, I'm going to put things closer together. Does that make sense? So manufacturing space is a way. Now remember, manufacturing can be broadened to office space. Same thing, distance to a copier. It could be home space. How far do I have to go to my pantry when I'm cooking a meal? If it's if it's in another room and I go often, it will eat up time. Half the investment in tools. So if I have less tools, less of that equipment, I will once again save time. In fact, one of the concepts, simplicity, is that we would use time less. We would absolutely use it less and therefore save time because the number of things that we've got will be less. Half the engineering hours to develop a new product in half the time. Well, there's a lot of halves. But engineering hours, again, hours, key word. We develop product, we release it in much less time with much less people. Once again, that is pure time. Engineering hours is time. Time is money. Can we get that new product out very quickly? It requires less than half the inventory on site. Well, inventory, for those not familiar with that term, is like your stock, your materials. And if we use less of that on our site, then we once again don't have to move as much, etc. And the way to get inventory down effectively is with time. If you've listened to our Kanban video, I think it's Time Excellence Show 113, we go through the equations, and the equations involve how much do you use over time? How much, question mark. It talks about what is the time to replenish or to get more? How often do you want to get it? Often is a time measure. And so those that effectively affect inventory, those leaders that understand that, are looking at the time components. And the inventory will go down, not because we shut the back doors, not because we starve our processes, but because we require less inventory on site. And also, it results in fewer defects. Well, defects is a huge user of time. So if I'm in manufacturing, if I'm in the office, if I have something wrong, I've got three choices. I can either okay it. Well, that took time to get it okayed. It's good enough. Hopefully we don't do that often. Or I have to rework it. So now I have to take that part or that quote, or whatever it is, I have to spend time on it to make it better. Or I have to scrap it. Very timely. I have to get another one, throw this one away. Maybe if a vendor made it, charge them back, send them paperwork. They may want to see the product back to make sure it's bad. We have to send it to them. And so it's a very, very cumbersome, expensive process. And those are the kind of things that are hidden in factories and in offices. But time in the lean flow in that area, when they say we're going to use less of everything, almost all that we approach has some type of time component. In my experience, I would estimate 70, 80, 90% of the improvements come with time as a focus in lean flow. Not all, but nothing in life can usually say all. So that's a very important concept. Time is at the center of lean flow. And what we want to eliminate? We want to eliminate waste. It's things that are in the way, things that are in the way of people's lives. So time is at the center. And if you are interested, if you want to improve and use lean flow type technology and concepts, you will be very interested in understanding time and its impact on waste elimination. So time, it's at the center. We will be right back. Time excellence, the key to making more of a difference today by maximizing time for organizational, career, and personal achievement. We invite you to join us for each episode of the Time Excellence Show to write an even brighter chapter in your life, one of hope, growth, and purpose. The Time Excellence Show, prospecting for time together. Time tips. How does time affect our organization? How does it affect our career? Now you're getting personal. I'm interested. And our own personal growth. That's what we're going to be looking at now and understanding how time impacts us. In fact, let's take an organization, a typical organization. How can time drive organizational growth? Well, just listen around your organization. You might hear questions such as, well, when will my purchase ship? Well, that's a request of time. I've bought something from you. Am I going to get it today? Are you going to ship it tomorrow? Is it going to be 12 weeks? What time frame is it going to take? Why does it take so long to get a quotation out of your organization? I just need this. I need a quote so I can get it on order. I've got a customer waiting for me. And time plays a big role in that. Have you heard anyone say, oh, we're using way too much overtime? That's that premium time that costs the company a lot. And time in organizational growth, that cost can weight you down. And time is a big cost component in most organizations, both in the office and in the factory. And it's in those situations that we want to make sure that we're effectively using the time that we've been charged with. Can you get that order out sooner? We're talking about lead time now. Can we compress the lead time of our products? Can we do better? Can we make it because we have got a need out there in the field? And can we have an organization that's so time flexible that it can respond to such needs? Oh, your shipments are late way too often. Well, that speaks to on-time delivery. I told my customer A, which could be 4 weeks, and I shipped it in 5 weeks. Well, I missed it. Well, if that happens often, we have a time problem, and the solution is going to be a time solution. What is getting in the way of hitting our commitments and making our customers happy? Why can't I find any help in your store? Well, help in the store, in say a retail environment, is a function of how much staff you have on the floor and also how available they are and also how we can communicate that there is a customer need. All those come together, and it's those hours of available expertise on the floor that needs to be put in front of the customer. And if we have a time gap, we're going to have issues in that area. The product and service costs are just too high. Never heard that before? Well, facetiously. Costs are something we're always looking at, and time is a major component. Look at time and you're going to see lots of opportunity, and those opportunities usually move into multiple cost buckets. We have too much inventory materials. We talked a little bit about that already. Inventory is a time problem. It's a time challenge. And we can effectively go after that with the right time concepts in using lean flow type concepts. But they will get right back down to time and the frequency of receipt and how much we're shipping out and those type movements internal in the factory and how much wasted time we have putting things up and putting them down. Can we eliminate all that wasted effort and get that in our customers' hands? Our warranty situation is driving customers away. Well, warranty means something didn't work. That's one of those defects we talked about. That just balls up all kinds of time, maybe trips in the field, shipment costs, analysis costs. Finance has to credit a whole series of time delays and issues. So time and organizational growth and warranty are tied together. All right. What about our career growth? Hadn't thought about that, huh? Well, those that understand time tend to grow their careers because it's not often that we see those type people rising up through the organization and being able to be sought after by other companies because they understand time. So how do I mean that? Well, in an interview, have you ever been asked, well, what makes you unique? What do you bring to our company? What can you bring that's different? And understanding lean flow time concepts is something companies really, in most cases, really like to see. They like to check the box in that you are bringing something of value and you can do it very effectively. Why do you feel you're the best candidate for the job? Well, because I can help you with your throughput time. We can reduce our lead time on those quotes. We can reduce our lead time in that cell that you're going to put me as supervisor over, and we're going to use some concepts with your approval that will help streamline it, and we will save money, and we're going to reduce overtime because I've done it before. There's a key word. I have experience in this area, and I understand it. Well, have you ever heard, give me an example of where you've made a difference in an organization. There's no better example than to bring forward, no matter what expertise you have for a company, that you can use lean concepts, time concepts to make things more effective and more efficient. You differentiate yourself from the crowd. Give me an example of you've worked with others. That's a beautiful piece. You know, time excellence involves working as teams and working with others, finding compromises among the work cells and the work areas, the offices, and bringing that to the table. So an example where you have worked with others to accomplish a goal is gold. It's something that really will motivate because you've got evidence and a hard results-based example of where you worked with others to accomplish something greater than you could have on your own. We have a challenge with blank. How can you quickly help us? Well, remember, we talked about time affects most everything. So whatever they put on the table, we have late delivery problem. We've got a product problem. We've got an attitude problem. How does time affect that? Well, if people are overworked, I can bring these concepts to bear with a positive attitude and influence this company for the better. Time drives career growth. I don't know of any upper level manager that I've worked with that doesn't in some way understand time and the need for time-based initiatives, training, and projects that focus in and deliver results in the lean flow, time excellence area. Time drives career growth. Well, what about personal growth? What about me? I'm at home. I'm a housewife. I'm someone that is not in the business world, or I am in the business world, and it's something that really I take off my business hat and I go home. Well, we might say I am time crunched every day. I just don't have enough time. That's the day that needs to be rethought out using the 7 steps of time excellence. I never have any time for myself. Well, we've all been there for a while, but if you're there continuously, that is not healthy. We want to fix that. We want to make that better. So we want you to have time for yourself. I'm bored and don't have much to do. There are people that have that problem. They've got the time, but they don't have the plan. They don't know what is in their future that they can really make a difference and are not motivated toward it. Those people need time excellence also. I would really like to blank, but never seem to have time. I would like to write a book. I would like to write a blog. I would like to spend more time with my kids. I would like to finally be able to take a vacation. I would like to impact the homeless. Oh, the choices are infinite. But you really see time ties to those dreams. And so often we don't get to those dreams. We don't take the time to reduce the time on non-critical tasks so we can open up time for those. I don't have enough time for myself. Well, we've talked about that, but it's worth 2 and 3 and 4 times. You must have time for yourself. You must keep yourself balanced. I've tried time management suggestions and didn't see any improvement. Well, the fact is most time management concepts are very specific, and they're by people that are good intentioned, but they may not be living in the time improvement expertise area. So use this software, or I focus on this every day. Well, that solved their problem, but what about your problem? It's totally different, absolutely different. I've tried time management suggestions, and we know that a lot of life is trial and error, but the more you can hit, the better off you're going to be. Those areas that we really think about are often in 4 areas, the ones that chew up time. You know, we've got areas in our faith that we want to work on, we want to improve. We want to spend time in our faith-based beliefs. We want to spend time on improvement. I want to learn a new task. I want to get a new skill level. I want to go to college and get a new degree. Relationships, how important are those? Family, friends. I'm not spending enough time there. Well, relationships is key. And finally, we have those mandatory. The mandatory things are prime for reduction. They're the ones that, if we could do them quicker, would help. For most of us, cooking a meal, if I could compress that time from 45 minutes down to 30 minutes, that 15 minutes is gold. Remember, I don't have enough time for myself. We said it twice. Well, there's 15 minutes. Do it for dinner and lunch. Oh my, we're really starting to open up time. Time drives personal growth. It's important and it's needed. We've covered the 3 areas: organizational, career, and personal growth. The highlight now is simple. The concepts are the same. So the positive concepts that we use in our organization are the same as in our career and in our personal life. The usage may look a little different, but the concepts are firm. Time and improvement, very important that we take time and drive all 3 areas in our life. We will be right back in a moment. Time excellence, maximizing our time to make more of a difference through game-changing organizational, career, and personal growth. Take the next step. Save your spot in our free Time Excellence Training webinar, revealing the 3 phases and 7 steps to your new tomorrow at douglascalvin.com/webinar. Time is critical to all of us. We share a common theme with time. This is our 3rd look at how time might be a great area to focus on and understand and get better at, because it leads to so many opportunities. Well, how is time critical? Well, one is it's fair. If we look at a day, each one of us has 24 hours. Well, that's interesting, because most else in life, I've got more than someone else. Someone else has more than me. It's not balanced. But when we look day to day, when we're waking up every morning, our 24 hours is the same as anyone else. Now, granted, we don't have the same lifetimes, but the small pieces of time, the days that we really get things accomplished in, are the same. So we need to have a mindset that these 24 hours are important. They're critical because we've all been given it. How are we going to effectively use it? And if we think about it, we would say that time is short. Have you ever thought that? Your life is like the morning fog. It's here a little while, then it's gone. Just like the fog. Have you had those kind of days? Oh, man, that project we've been working on, has it really been 3 weeks? We promised it in 4. No, it can't. No, time is flying. It's been 3 weeks, and you're probably going to be late. Wow, my kids were young, and just seems like last year, and now they're in college. What happened? I've been here at this company how long? Time flies. And it's short. So with that thought, it's a critical piece of our thought process. Time is valuable. That 24 hours, I can't save up my money and say, hey, I got $200. I'm going to go buy an hour of time off someone that's got a little extra, and I'm going to take that time, and I'm really going to catch up tomorrow. No, it's valuable. It's a resource that is gold, and once it's gone forever. The time that we haven't used the best we can is gone. And it's that process that in our business, in our home, in our career, with that mentality, we start optimizing and considering time. Now, I'm not saying we should be working hard every minute. No, it's got to be balanced. And that's one of the concepts of time excellence and lean flow, is that balance, a level load is good. So time is valuable. And each situation is unique. In our individual lives, in our personal growth, our situation is different than everyone. We are truly unique. We are ourselves. And the uniqueness of me versus you versus everyone else is interesting, because the combination of wealth and the combination of talent and the combination of training, the combination of life experiences allows us individually to impact others and to make more of a difference than someone else might be able to. So each situation is unique, and we need to approach time knowing that. So no one solution, no one recommendation. We have to approach it individually and systematically. And that's what time excellence does. It does that very individually. And it asks the question, how can we best handle our situation with our time responsibilities and our opportunities? Time to dream here. How can we absolutely look at our time as opportunities and take it and make the future more effective, make the future more impactful to others, to the organizations, and to all that interests us? How can we do a better job at that. So our challenge is to use our time opportunities the best way we can. I'm speaking to each one of us individually at this point. Yeah, the words fit everyone, but think about yourself and the opportunities. Time is at the center of our lives, and often we lose sight of that fact. We lose sight of that opportunity, and that's what we're all about. So what are we going to do? Well, let's look at some actions. This session's been a pretty nice broad view of time and how it impacts us. And let's ask ourselves a couple questions. Number one, are you time challenged in your life? Are you either time positive, meaning I have extra time, or are you time negative? I don't have enough time. I can't get everything done. Either one of those situations can be improved very significantly, very quickly, by knowing how to approach it, by asking the right questions, and uniquely answering it for your life. Number two, list 3 challenges that you see in each of these. In your organization, in your workspace, in your area, write the 3 top challenges that you see there. How can time help you there? How about your career? How can you make a difference? How can you be unique? And that usually commands growth opportunities. It commands other job responsibilities. It commands higher impact, satisfaction, etc. Can time help you get where you need to go? And finally, personal growth area. List the 3 challenges in your personal growth area. What is opportunity for time? What are those 3 challenges in your personal growth area? And can we come up with a plan together, a balanced plan? Not working through the night, and you're sleeping 4 hours a night. No. How can we come out with a balanced time excellence program using lean flow principles and principles that have been around for hundreds and thousands of years? Some of them are not new. They're packaged, though, in nice bite-sized pieces to understand and to use. So list 3 challenges in each of those 3 areas: organizational, career, and personal growth. Where do you want to make more of a difference is number 3. Write it down. Commit. What is an area that you're just not getting to and you want to make a difference? Anywhere. Write it down. Understand it. Let's get excited. Because if we do these 3, we will have taken one more step forward. Step by step is how we improve. We will improve step by step, and that improvement is exciting. And you're either growing or you're not, and we want to grow. So as we move forward with our steps, we want to make sure that we're having the impact that we need to have. That's it for this session. Remember to visit us at douglascalvin.com. Be part of the solution. Help us by Facebooking, Twitter, LinkedIn, YouTube, by commenting, sharing, interacting with us. Just go to douglascalvin.com. That's douglascalvin.com. And there you will find all kinds of more free information, links to more videos, more training, etc. We've got webinars. Go click and sign up for one of our webinars for more free content. We talk about the 7 steps to time excellence, etc. If you need to email me, go on to douglascalvin.com/contact, and there is an email link right there. Time excellence. Master time and make more of a difference today. I'm Douglas Calvin. Thanks for joining, and we will see you next time. Thank you.